Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome. Girl, guys, girls, do you see the tan on your girl? Like, honestly, I wish that this sun kiss could stay forever. But anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. This is your weekly astro forecast. So let's just get into it. I hope that everybody is well. I hope this message follows you in great spirits and receives you in great spirits, right? And also, before I start, be sure to check out my podcast. It goes live every Thursday at Elizabeth Magical Garden. I am on iTunes, Spotify, and all social networks. Okay, so, and also, most importantly, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Pass this message on. Let's grow out the vibe. Let's be connected in every beautiful way, right? So guys, the sun as we speak is in Cancer, but it will be moving into Leo July 23rd. Okay, so Leo is in effect, and the 23rd is actually, I'm looking at my calendar, that's going to be this Friday. Okay, so soon it's going to be bye-bye Cancer, and we're going to be diving into the lion, right? The moon is in Scorpio. Then the moon will be moving into Sagittarius on Tuesday the 20th. Then the moon will be moving into Capricorn Tuesday the 22nd. Let me just make sure, because I feel like, no, Thursday the 22nd, because I was like, something don't sound right. Thursday, yes. Okay, so Tuesday, let me just do that over. The moon will be moving into Sag on Tuesday the 20th, and then the moon will be moving into Capricorn Thursday the 22nd. The moon will be moving into Aquarius Saturday the 24th. So the moon is like definitely shifting and moving along. The 23rd is actually a full moon, so that's what's up as well. I'm actually looking forward to this to this particular full moon, because I definitely want to do a beautiful spiritual cleansing for myself. I choose the body of water, so it's going to be a really beautiful event for myself. So I'm actually really excited. Okay guys, so that's what's going on with your girl, and that's what's going on in terms of where the moon is shifting. Okay, then the north node is in Gemini. Okay, and it will be going into retrograde Tuesday the 20th. And then we have Mercury in Cancer. We have Venus in Leo, but we'll be moving into Virgo the 22nd. Okay, and I'll keep looking over here because my calendar, I got a big calendar over here, so I'm just looking, just making sure. Yeah, the 22nd, which is Thursday, and then Mars will be moving into Leo. Mars is in Leo, Sirius is in Taurus, Jupiter is in retrograde in Pisces, Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus, Neptune is in Pisces in retrograde as well, and Pluto is in Capricorn in retrograde as well. We have a lot of retrogrades, and what I'm realizing about these particular retrogrades is that when everything is starting to change, it just seems like last summer was like, we were actually energetically coming out of something. We were tired, we felt beat down. A lot of people lost a lot of loved ones. It was so much despair, but hope was still there, because I did notice last summer people were choosing to move forward. People were choosing to seek their greater good, their best health, right? And with these retrogrades that's going on right now, I truly believe that there is a situation with the past and the current energy just whirling through. What I'm getting, I just feel like Spirit just wants me to tell you that the space that you're in, the energy that you're feeling is because everything is changing. Everything is changing in such a magnitude in your life that you can be sitting right in your spot and feel that you are dancing off your feet, like literally flying off your feet, right? And the reason for that, because we are moving forward, but with these retrogrades, constantly that energy is pulling you back. You're going to feel, in my humble opinion, you're gonna feel kind of like pulled apart. But here's the thing, that space of feeling pulled apart is actually a good thing, because when you do move forward, you're only going to be, sorry guys, I got, you know, when spirit comes and speak and I get these downloads, I just get, okay? Because what I was going to say is that it's a good thing with these retrogrades, because I truly believe that once between the pulling and the moving forward, when you do pull away and you do move forward, what's going to happen is you're only going to carry the things that you can carry. You're only going to be moving forward with the energy that is there for you to propel in a new state of your life. Because here's the thing, no one got time for uncanny, I don't even know if that's a language, but it is today. Okay, we don't have time for that type of uncanny energy, that energy that's not going to bring us to our higher selves. That energy is that is not going to be conducive to the person, to the lifestyle that we know that we can attain. You have to let go. I just feel like energy is telling me, you know, it's in terms of, you know, I just came from outside, and I always feel, I believe that we all feel like that, but I'm gonna speak for myself. I always feel very energetic. I always feel extremely alive when I go for a nice walk with Benji or by myself, and just sit in nature, just be around a tree, just be around that air, right? There is something that is exchanged. You know, it's scientific as well. I mean, other than oxygen, you know what I'm saying? But there's a give and take. There's a beauty in that. Whenever there is sacrifice, wherever there is sacrifice in your space, there is abundance waiting for you, because you are clearing out. It's so funny because I'm starting the journey of changing out a lot of things that I have personally for myself, and this goes into every area of my life. Like, honestly speaking, I thought that it was just, I assumed, I should say, that you know, and I was naive for that. I assumed that the only thing was changing with me was my eating habits, but then everything went into another, because when you eat better, when you come from a place of greater health within yourself, when you come from a place of self-respect within yourself, there's something that shines through. There's something that charges, excuse me, charges to you. And I truly believe in spirit, the creator wants us to all understand that everything that you're going through, everything counts. Every single thing counts. Don't ever think that for one moment your life is in vain. You are a beautiful, kind soul. You are here for a purpose. The only thing that is in between you and your purpose is you. And you may be saying, oh, well, you know, finances, spirit is telling me to speak about money. You know, you may be thinking about, oh, finances is not allowing, finances is in the way, you know, how can I aspire to this, that, and the third because of finances? Let me tell you something about finances. You are finances, okay? Your energy is priceless. So the more you start to study oneself, the more you start to study yourself and know your place in this world, know your place in this body, know your place in this spirit that you are obtaining for yourself, you will be connected to great and lovely, beautiful people. You know, I looked at what's her name, Jess from Bahat Life. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. She has such a beautiful message. I didn't see the whole video, but I really love when I see a kind soul really shine through. And it's so weird that I'm even speaking about her channel or her. I've been following her for years, but about her because, damn it, because it was late yesterday and I had her channel on, but it was like in the background. But I really believe that I heard her say like something about abundance and something like that. Oh God, guys, it'll come back to, you know what, go to her channel, and after you finish watching this video, go to her channel. Her name is Jess from Behat Life. She's a spiritual practitioner, in my humble opinion, and she has a lot of great information, and I respect her work. Let's just put it like that. I say this to say that regardless of me being able to like physically hear everything that she was saying, spiritually I was able to connect with her through her vibes, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Whoever you follow on your social platforms, whatever author is extremely, the person's work is important to you, because there's an energetic transformation that has happened. There's something about that person, the person's words, that really struck a chord in you. And I truly believe that, excuse me, regardless in what form it comes in, there's a self of sovereignty, there's a self of respect, because energy is allowing you to get there. Listen guys, I love to learn. I am a person that I just love to learn. That I'm ruled by Mercury. I am a Gemini, so that's what comes with the territory. Mercury is the God's messenger. Okay, so of course, me even doing these videos, me being in astrology, in my humble opinion, it's not a mistake. And when I started going deeper, because it's a lifestyle, definitely, and it's a lifetime course. There's not until you take your last sleep will you ever stop shape shifting. I put something on, I put a post on my Instagram, I think last week or a couple of days ago, and I was saying how something like in the middle of shape shifting, because when I turned 48, it was just like a whole nother person arrived, but was waiting for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm here for it. Give it to me, everything, okay? But at the same time, I was not aware. But then I asked myself, was I not aware, or was I not paying attention? And I have to go with the latter. I wasn't paying attention, because when I started doubling back and thinking about like what changed, I realized that as far as consciously knowing, I can see the difference all the way back to, I'm going to say, March for me. And I had to really sit with that one, because I love when this, March is when the sun starts to get crisp, the sun is back, everything, the trees are starting to bud. So I can see how for me, I didn't realize so much, because of energetically where I was in terms of being so grateful that the sun is back, life is blooming again. But there was something underneath the perimeter that I did not see, and I truly believe I was not supposed to see, which leads me into what stuck out to me this week. Number one, Leo energy. I spoke a little bit about Leo energy definitely in my last live, or even before, but I know I spoke about Leo energy as of recent. Now the sun is going to be moving, let me just make sure. The sun is going to be moving into Leo July 23rd, which is a Friday, which is the full moon as well, which is also the day of Venus. And that energy of good luck and style and vibrancy for it to be Leo season. Leos are extremely elegant. I always saw, every time I seen a Leo, they always was like over the top, all on point, but carried it well. You know, like, you know how somebody have on something, you like, you know, they look like they may not be so, how can I say, secure in their outfits. And because I have been there, you know, because I, like, you know, you wear something like, oh my God, I don't know if I like this, I don't know if I want it, and you kind of like, you know, but you're making the best of it or whatever the situation. I definitely have been there. I mean, now my style is I'm a woman of a certain age, so at this point, I put in token. I had to learn my style. I had to learn what would work. I had to learn what I truly felt comfortable in. I wear a lot of black. I have a lot of black throughout my apartment. I do love touches of you know, my grays, my neutral color. I'm a neutral color person, but for the most part, it's black, and I'm comfortable in there. You know, I remember as a young girl, you know, my mother used to try to, oh my God, guys, you know, my mother, she loves color. So she used to try to put these colors on me, and I thank the day. I thank the day when I was able to open my mouth and say, I don't like this color. And that was of an early age, okay? I'm going to say like before 12. I'm going to say like before 10. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it like that. And it's not to say that my mother put, when I look back, my mother, you know, I was blessed that my mother put beautiful things on me, but my style, she was dressing me according to what she wanted me to be. But I always kind of been like a little more rugged, like more, a little like chic, a little more tomboyish, a little edgy, right? For myself. And I had to learn to go with the currencies of my life. And sometimes that can feel like it's boring, because it can feel like you're doing the same shit, doing the same shit every single day. But the thing about it is, change it up, but still do the same. You could do the same, you could say the same thing to somebody in a plethora of ways. That's the beauty. When I realized that, you can, you know, there's many ways to give a message. There's no one way to give a message. You can be a painter. You could be a writer. You can actually sew. You can build like whatever. But it's all a form of light and love and abundance. So with this Leo energy, being falling on a full moon, this is a fantastic situation, because you can use that fire sun energy. And especially for my people that live in the northern hemisphere, let me explain to you. You already know what's waiting. You already know what's waiting in the dark. So why not use this energy wisely, right? Especially being that the full moon is going to fall on a Friday, which who doesn't love Friday? So pour that love. Again, I definitely am looking forward to creating this beautiful spiritual situation, spiritual cleansing for myself. I feel like I am due. I am due. Okay, so I like to do that every so often. I don't always do the same thing every full moon or every new moon. I kind of used to back in the day when I first started my spiritual practice, but now for me, every day is a spiritual practice. That's number one. But number two, when it happens to fall on this, the full moon or the new moon, I just go on where my vibes and the planets are aligned within the day that these events fall on, and just give sovereignty to the truth of where I am energetically, and what I want, or what I want to release in my life, right? So that's what I do. That's what I'm sharing with y'all. The next one, number two, that stood out for me, which is Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn. Now, when I was telling y'all about how everything feels like is a whirlwind, and you are literally feeling like, you know, those like, oh my God, I don't know if it's a cyclone, girl. I don't go to I don't put her on those those roller coasters. No, I don't do that. But I remember it was in Coney Island. For those that live in Brooklyn, in New York, there was this ride, and it would move move so fast that you would be stuck to the wall and it would just be moving, honey. That, needless to say, no disrespect, it was not a pretty scene for some people, I heard, because she wasn't on there. I would never do that to myself. Anyway, that's how this Pluto in Capricorn feels, because it's forcing you to go for the goal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Pluto is the planet of life and destruction. This is where the buck stops. This is where the decisions, okay, is made, especially it being in retrograde in Capricorn energy. Capricorn is the grandfather sign. Capricorn is an earth sign, and Capricorn will take its time. So with death and destruction on one hand, and then you have Father Time over here, you can feel like, oh my God, I have all these dreams and aspirations, and you know, some may be in the next 2 years, some may be in the next 10 years, or the next 5. Who the fuck knows? The only thing you do know, which is, I believe, a win-win in my humble opinion, you know it's yours. You just don't know when, but you know it's yours. Because if you didn't know it's yours, why would you be doing the work? Something to think about. Why would you waste your time? Because you like it. Now, you know, people have hobbies, and I love to knit. Okay, I love to knit. I love to crocheting, but I do love to knit. I love to make a little hat, little material type of thing. I feel good using the other side of my brain. You know, feeling like out of nothing, out of this string, I created something. Now, that is a space that I hold for myself. But with this Pluto in Capricorn, it can make you, I guess what I'm leading up to, judge yourself. And, well, not even judge. No, not even judge. I'm not getting judged. I'm getting question. Some may be demon judge. Question, like, the whole thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm learning is that anytime that you push and you aspire and you do something other than your regular norm, on your everyday, or the things, just your life period, there's going to always be some pullback. There's going to always be some pushback. You know, there's always, you know, I'm going to speak for myself. I have felt, first you all gun home and go, right? Then you do it. Then it's like, oh shit, I did it. Now what? Now what? You got to make it do what it do. You put all this work in to get to this part. Now you're here because you did the work. Continue doing the work. I'm getting continue moving forward, continue pushing. Do not give up, guys. And it may feel like, why? Especially with these retrogrades, and then especially with Pluto being in Capricorn, you know, this is not, somebody needs to hear this. Whatever you are attaining right now, and it could be between you and the Creator. Time can be questionable. Time is not linear. Your ability and your concept and your realization of time may not match up to what you're doing. In saying that, you can just keep hitting that stone and marry the fact that you know that as you hit this stone, one day, you don't know when, but one day it's gonna crack. And then once that crack happens, that's when the oozing out of the blessings, everything, the webs of everything that you need to yank you into your next chapter will appear, but we just don't know when. And that could be It depends on how you see life. That can give you a sense of purpose within yourself. It could give you a sense of purpose in terms of you knowing what you know. This is not about asking anybody, do you think I should have? No, we don't do that no more. We don't do that. We not asking nobody shit. We already know that we blessed. We already know that we talented. We already know that we got it. We just don't know the time. We just don't know the time. But I truly believe in manifestation. You just have to believe it, walk it, talk it as if it is right in front of you, that you could taste it, it's tangible. And I'm not telling you anything that you have never heard, but what I'm challenging you to do is to put it in effect. Stick with it. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. For me and my brand and my business, everything is cumbersome. Well, not everything, but a lot of it is in a flow with my life, because this is what I always wanted. I actually cultivated where I'm sitting right now. And if you want to know more about that story, be sure to check out my podcast. It's at Elizabeth Magical Garden. It goes live every single Thursday. I'm talking about you have to go back to like maybe episode. This is when I first started. I think I led with this. Maybe the second, third, I don't know, second or third episode. And this is when I was really raw I was really new. I just started my podcast, and now I'm excited because we're about to reach episode 64. But the reason why I brought it up is because I went into detail how I discussed how and what happened and how I manifested my life right now, and I continue. I continue. And the beauty about manifesting, because I'm sharing this with you, but think back in your life. There is things that you have manifested in your life, good, bad. But the fact is, you have the power to manifest. So if you add all of these things up and you put them in a pile, how could you fail? And final, last but not least, the North Node being in Gemini in retrograde this Tuesday, because it is direct right now, but it's going back into retrograde this Tuesday, the 20th, right? It's a lot of mind situation. It's a lot of vibes in the astral realm. And as far as I'm concerned, Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius, which is an air sign as well. Again, a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. What I'm saying is throw it away. Throw that thought away. Put it to the back. Clean it. Another thing, clean out your closet, clean out your apartment. Child, I am in the middle of it. It's about to be so on in terms of the transition. And in my mind, a Gemini, right, ruled by Mercury, I'm like, I see it. But then I have to understand energetically where I'm at. So I have to be okay with, okay, I can do this much at around this time when X, Y, and Z, right? But for me, I want it done now, everything now. But I know I have other things that needs my attention as well. Why put myself through that? Why do everything in 1, 2, 3 days, and then the next week I can't even move? I have done that. I have done that. Now, I'm not making excuses. I used to do that, and the reason why I used to do stuff like that, because at the time I would be on vacation. So my vacations was always cleaning, deep cleaning, getting rid of things, and get ready for the next half of the year. So because I'm going to be so energetically spent that if it don't get done now, it's not going to get done. But now I had to learn my life is no longer like that. So I have the privilege, thank God, to move, in the course of what I can do, but still getting it done. So these are all wins, right? Because what happens when you start the process, even if you're scared, even if your voice cracks, even if your knees are shaking, after after a while, you build a particular habit. Right now, I'm reading the book Atomic Habits. It's a really, really great book by David. It's actually on YouTube. It's actually an audio book, okay? Because let me tell you something. I usually have my Kindle and I do light reads. Before I go to bed, because I love to read before I go to bed, because I don't think it's really healthy just to be on your phone like this before you go to bed, although I still get on there, but I really minimize it because I don't want the lights, and so it's just not a vibe for me to calm down. So I usually always have my Kindle right there and ready for me to read as we speak. But Atomic Habits is on YouTube for free, okay? And you should check it out, because while I'm cleaning up after Benji, which is my teacup Yorkie, or I'm making my coffee, or I'm getting ready to practice my yoga, I'll have this in the background. I'll have it in the background playing, and I'm listening to it as much as I need to, and then I stop it, and then the next morning it's not about, oh, let me finish this book right. It's about having, number one, having something to look forward to in the morning. Number two, I'm actually learning something, because I am working on new habits, because we are elevating oneself. And when you are elevating yourself, you are learning new ways to do the same thing in a greater and more how can I say, uplifting or higher or richer ability, whatever you want to add to it. Guys, this was a lovely reading. Thank you for everybody that stopped by to this live. I truly appreciate you guys. You know I love you guys so much. Again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll be notified every time your girl uploads a video, okay? And also, be sure to support my podcast. It goes live every Thursday, again, at Elizabeth Magical Garden. It's live on all social platforms, again, iTunes, Spotify, and so forth, okay? And also follow me on Instagram, because it's popping over there. I post every day on my story, so you want to catch up with your girl and check to see what I'm doing and be part of the vibes. Be sure to subscribe to my IG as well. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I thank you in advance for all your support. I have so many other things that's coming up soon that I will be working on. I am working on for the future and for the near future as well. Guys, it's hot, so your girl's gonna take it down. She got a nice glass of water that she did not take a sip of, surprisingly. But most importantly, I pray that you stay cool and this message finds you in great and lovely spirits. Have a blessed week.